Wow, before you know it, the NBA is going to hit WNBA numbers. Hi, my name is Kyle and welcome to the channel. This is The Conservative Take. If you like what we do here, we take politics, TV culture, and news, and we filter to you the right way, then please consider hitting that like and subscribe button and that bell icon so you don't miss any future content. And if you want to help this channel, go to walkedaway.net and make it known when you first walked away. Now, we did a couple videos already about ESPN and the ratings, and the NBA and the ratings, and the NBA and the ratings continue to go down. And this article that I'm going to bring to you right here, it's from Outkick.com. It's becoming one of my favorite outlets right now on YouTube and in the media. It has a great article here. It's by Bobby Burak, and it says here that the NBA viewership is more troubling than we thought, which is good news to me because what these people are doing in the NBA with this woke culture, forcing their agenda on people. It's one thing to do this at the beginning of a basketball game during the national anthem, which is what I thought this was the big thing, that they were going to do this during the national anthem, have the little protest, have the little pity party, and express themselves, and that would be it. But no, you can't even watch a game anymore because they splatter all this stuff all over the court, on the back of the jerseys. Not to mention that they're putting stuff in the back of the jersey that's not even true. Like hands up, don't shoot has been verified to be false by the Obama DOJ, but I am digressing. You see what I'm saying? It's one thing to have something on the back of your jersey, but then to have it be false, that to me is inexcusable. All right. Anyway, so in this article, it says here, a year and a half ago, while the sports media gushed over the NBA, I pointed out that the league's ratings were troubling. They've continued to worsen, highlighted by last season's double-digit finals decline. Now, this article came out on the 18th of August. Okay. This week, the most troubling stat was yet publicized. The Athletic's Ethan Strauss pointed out, since 2011-2012, the NBA on ABC is down 45%, nearly half. In that hastily promoted lockdown season, 2011-12, ABC games drew 5.42 million viewers on average, Strauss writes. The final tally on this latest 2019-2020 season was 2.95 million average viewers on ABC games. Every ABC game from 2011 to 2012 received higher viewership than 2.95 million, save for a meaningless late season 1 p.m. Thunder's Bull game that Derrick Rose sat out. A decline in this magnitude is astounding. There is no explanation other than the interest in watching the NBA television is rapidly diminishing. Since 2011-12, the NBA has stars, super teams, storylines, and coverage that resemble state-run media. It couldn't ask for more. Now, all right, so the NBA last year, to me, was a really, really good season. Now, I'm not really a big NBA fan. Okay, number one, my team isn't really good, so I really don't have big a dog in the fight. However, I did enjoy the season because the Raptors won and LeBron didn't. I know that sounds petty, but that's where my heart was. And it was good to see another team win. And especially last season with Greg Popovich, the coach of the San Antonio Spurs, was basically coming to find out now that he was basically bullying a lot of the black players, and his number one player, Kawhi Leonard, left and won a championship in that 1 year contract. And then he went, of course, to the Clippers. So I was happy to see that. And so people just are not looking to tune in to the NBA. And from what I hear, the NBA games are actually pretty good in terms of sheer quality, but nobody wants to watch them because of the social justice warrior messaging, the identity politics. People are up to here with that. They just don't want to deal with that. And so I find it pretty interesting that you're seeing a really high level of talent, a high level of play, a whole new competitive spirit with the new playoff settings with the NBA, how pretty much it's anyone's game. It should be extra exciting, especially considering we don't have a 64 tournament with the March Madness. You would think people are bent up to watch this, but they are not. That's what's really incredible about this. And the fact that we haven't had sports at all. And yet the NBA is still nearly down a half of the ABC ratings. And see, it's not just ABC problem either. On TNT, in the measurement from 2011-12, NBA viewership is down 40%. In that same span, ratings fell 20% on ESPN. Strauss adds the league's local viewership too has sharply declined. These decreases are smaller than what sitcoms experienced before cancellation. No, the NBA won't get axed. However, the shrinking interest is more than a concern. Now, from what I understand, in the 70s, the NBA was pretty much toast. There was no one really watching it. I mean, no one cared. It wasn't until Michael Jordan came on. Well, it wasn't even before Michael Jordan. It was really the Lakers and the Celtics in the 80s. That's when things started to kick off. And of course, Michael Jordan took it to a whole new level in the mid to late 80s. And so it's seen some down times, and we may be going back to those times. And so it says here, equally troubling, most seasons, only 2 to 3 teams are contenders. The rest are wasting their time. The fans know this too. As one digs into the NBA's problems, they find that its strengths are its problems. The NBA's greatest strengths are in its stars that overshadow teams. The league is too reliant on a few top individuals, and the gap between LeBron James and number 2 is massive. I beg to differ there. I don't think LeBron is that much what he used to be, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. In terms of name power, definitely, I would say LeBron is definitely leaps and bounds ahead of everybody else, but I don't put Kawhi Leonard that far off from him. I just don't. LeBron is so important to the NBA's interest. His move out west decreased the ratings for doubleheaders. In addition to more homes in Eastern time zone, viewers who watch a LeBron-led early game were likely to keep the channel on for the late game. This has been lost as now he primarily starts at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time on weekdays. In December, LeBron turns 36. His days of carrying the NBA are dwindling. And they definitely mentioned this. Talks about here how social media and dependence on LeBron has helped until they didn't. When I write a report on NBA viewership, some woke media personalities jump in anger and yell, cord cutting. Well, not really. We showed a stat last week about the declining viewership of ESPN. And the last 3 quarters, it tanked big time. It almost tripled. And you can't blame that on cord cutting. And so, that was just, that's not a true measure at all. And so here it says, sure, cord cutting has negatively impacted every broadcast, but viewership is not crumbling for other sports leagues. So that's another good point. So they're saying that I'm saying the NBA has a big drop in those last 3 quarters we mentioned before, but they're also saying if there's a true cord cutting phenomenon going on, if there's a true massive cord cutting trend, then in this case, you would see it across all sports, not just NBA. Last season, the NFL's nationally televised games remained close to flat from 2012, going from 16.6 million to 16.5 million, and that includes the years the ratings crashed due to Colin Kaepernick and league-wide kneeling. Major League Baseball is also close to flat. In 2012, baseball drew 2.5 million viewers on network. In 2019, it averaged 2.4, so it's down by about 100,000. Cord cutting is a small factor in the NBA's decline. Looking ahead, the addition to NBA now must deal with a self-inflicted setback. Another concern the league originally saw as smart business, the NBA is a left-leaning political league. It is not merely dismissive of conservative views, it shames them. Led by players, the league has embraced this identity. Fragmentation is the result, and the NBA is inching towards a niche product, one that doesn't cater to average sports fans, the important group it has deserted. Now, Greg Popovich said some really insane stuff recently, basically saying that hands up don't shoot was a big factor, lying about the whole thing on Ferguson, and just giving wrong statistics. We all know that hands up don't shoot was actually debunked by the Obama administration. The district attorney under him, Eric Holder, said that it was fake on many occasions. But yet Popovich, who's the coach of the San Antonio Spurs, who, by the way, didn't make the playoffs this year for the first time in forever long, no one checked him on that. Okay. He was able to say that, and no one checked him on that falsehood. There was other falsehoods on there as well. Then you have Steve Kerr of the Golden State Warriors, same thing. These people are anti-American, spreading fake news and making it so that they're creating a divisive nature in areas that they shouldn't be doing it, because the country's already torn. All right. We're at a really, really big sectionalist portion in our country, dating probably back to antebellum in the late 19th century. And so why would you say comments that would infuse and inflate the public? I don't know what their point is. I mean, do they want to get people disenfranchised? Do they want to keep them emotional? I don't know what these coaches are thinking. So the question is, what do you think about the NBA's ratings? What do you think about the fact that they've gone down incredibly on ABC and TNT by nearly a half in some cases? And do you think it's going to continue? And do you think we're going to go back to the era of the 70s where no one even cared about the NBA? I'm curious to know what you think. And if you like what I do in this channel where I take culture, TV, and movies and politics and filter to you the right way, then please hit that like and subscribe button and that bell icon so you don't miss any future content. And please help out the channel if you like by going to walktheway.net and making it known when you first walked away. Share with your friends because we're trying to reach 10,000 subscribers. And also, please check out some content that we have right here.